Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome, everybody. I am joining you live from Mexico right now. Good morning, Caithness. Hello, Sweep. Excited to be here with you all today. Hello, Jason. Awesome, Trish. Good morning and welcome, Nancy from Florida. Excuse me. Hello, Karen. Nice to see you. I'm excited to be here with you all, as always, and especially for today. Welcome, Andrea. Good morning. Late morning for some of you in the Western Hemisphere. Mid-morning, early afternoon. I'm super excited about our live topic for today. So we'll just give a few minutes for people to join in, and then we'll go ahead and get started. And let me know what brings you here today. I know many of you are followers in my community, and those of you here for the first time. Did you just stumble upon the live stream? Did you see the topic and felt compelled to join? I love it. Zany. I'll take it. We need more zaniness in the world, don't we? Wonderful, Helen. I'd love to know if you care to share in a private message, perhaps, or if the person who recommended is here. That's always wonderful to know. Excuse me. Still working out this those of you that follow me know I've been overcoming physical things in the past week or so. Awesome, Trish. So, yeah. Oh, and Becca, yes, of course. Wonderful. Oh, I see. Many people around the world are grieving Ozzy Osbourne, and those in the UK who are also British, maybe more than others or not. So yeah, you know, I invite all of you, if you are here specifically for the topic, if you are just here for my zaniness or just knowing me and my community, we're going to be diving deeply into this idea about letting go. I talk about this often because I'm a big student of Michael Singer, who talks about surrender, letting go, relaxing and releasing. And there's different lenses that we can look at this through. Definitely grief and loss is letting go. We can also look at in terms of, you know, if this energy of, ooh, letting go feels compelling, that could mean, where are you holding on? because it's kind of two sides of one coin. There's no need to let go if you're not holding on to something. Yeah, ooh, definitely if there's any sort of OCD, that infers control. Linda, welcome from Phoenix. Diana, I can totally relate to that. Letting go of the need for mom to be someone she isn't or can't be. Who else can relate to that? And it might not be mother, but it might be another person in your life. Holding on, especially to an idea of what we always wanted someone to be. Can you relate to there being resentment there? If we have long-standing resentment, which is like anger that's past the point of, like, anger is like kind of a flare up in the moment. Resentment is like a seething wound where anger has festered over a long period of time. So if we're holding on, there can be resentment. Yeah, so seeing lots who can relate to that. So you're welcome in whatever way this topic resonates for you. And we also want to bring in the additional energy of giving up. Letting go versus giving up. So if you think about that distinction, what comes up for you there? Share in the comments if you feel called to. How does letting go differ from giving up? And how are they similar? I think I even shared about it in my live stream the other day about my own relationship with my idea of mother. And I am also in 12-step. I know there's some of you here that are in 12-step programs. And I even shared about it in a live meeting here where I live last week. We were talking about grief was the topic, actually. And it, some people shared about grief as far as, death and loss. And for me, what came up was this idea of grieving and letting go of the idea of who I've, always wanted my mother to be. And that was my own personal experience. Yeah, definitely, Rebecca. So if we're holding on, in addition to there being resentment, there can be a feeling of stuckness. Who can relate to being stuck or feeling stuck? Maybe feeling overwhelmed. I'm just referencing some notes next to me if you see me looking. Is there something where you feel like you're holding everything? You're holding so much. You might feel like the weight of the world is on your shoulders. How many of you feel not fully resourced? Do you feel like you're stretched thin? Do you feel like you're lacking capacity to hold everything? It might be responsibilities. It might just be energy. So as we continue to dive into this topic today, we're going to explore from a felt sense, from a body place. We're going to slow down. We're going to breathe together. We're going to drop into the body and feel into these places. So you might be holding responsibility, emotion, expectation, maybe others, feeling pressure from others, expecting things of you, or maybe it's internal expectations of you putting pressure on yourself. How many of you can relate to that? There might not be anybody putting any pressure on you, but you have high standards. You maybe even perfectionism. Perfectionism can be a trauma response. How many of you can relate to having rigid ideas and expectations on yourself that creates this energy of tension and holding? Caithness, hearing you on what you're saying. And wonderful that you can recognize within that experience of how you relate to being a vocalist, voice, identity, that the medicine of compassion is where you're going with that. Rebecca can relate, Diana, wonderful. So if you are new here, please follow me here on Insight Timer. If you don't already, I'll put up a card, we call it, you can click on if you haven't already followed me and you care to. I know some of you may be joining from Facebook. I created an event there. You may be joining from YouTube, so you can follow me on all those places, plus Instagram. You can check my profile here in Insight Timer. Link is in my profile. And you can listen to all of my meditations here. Join my group, Natalie's Healing Circle. Randy, interesting that we've got some vocalists here. So we're going to, and Caithness, I just acknowledge you for sharing honestly, which can be part of the medicine for healing, even what you're speaking about. And what's so beautiful is when we speak, it gives space for others to also speak. And there's no right or wrong about it either. If any of you here just feel like I am just taking this in, I'm listening, that's totally fine too. And there's power in sharing vulnerably. So, wait a minute, let me pull up where I was at. Okay. So what would it look like for you to let go? So we've talked about a bit about like what are you holding on to? What does it feel like? Where are those areas in your life, in your body even? Looking at the difference between giving up versus letting go. What does giving up bring to mind for you? For me, it brings up an energy of collapse. Like I just have this image of a person just collapsing into like a puddle on the floor. Hello, S. I hear you on that. Is there anybody else here who's a caretaker and who may be under-resourced and under-supported, who can relate to feeling exhaustion and discouragement? Welcome, Robert. And you know, I think for me, the difference between letting go and giving up, there's a couple. One, giving up is from the ego. Giving up is from fear. Giving up is from disconnection from source, from higher self, from universe, from higher power, from God. So giving up can also mean self-abandonment, self-betrayal, and yeah. Do you see that distinction? Giving up is like a collapse. Whereas letting go is a conscious, centered release. So I want you to just feel into the differences there as I'm voicing this. And you may share in the comments, where's a time that you gave up? What did you notice? And then what happened? And then where is a time that you let go? And what was the difference? For me, letting go brings to mind energies of being held, of letting go to something greater, of allowing the self to be held, supported, nourished, while releasing. Doesn't that just feel better if you feel into that? So let's close our eyes for a moment. We're going to take a few minutes and kind of feel into the energies that are here. Hey, Randy. And that's a wonderful point. In that, the giving up feeling shame. Because it's like a defeat energy. Rather than letting go, there's still a sense of inner foundation. We're still holding ourselves from the let go. rather than giving up implies there's a judgment that we're doing it wrong, that then can start that shame. Wonderful, Rebecca. And yeah, releasing perfection, releasing ideas of that. Totally, Robert. Giving up, to me, if we boil it down, is like fear-based, and letting go is faith-based. So we'll just take a few minutes right now, and I'm going to guide you into just an experience and a felt sense of this. So I invite you all to close your eyes. And just take a couple breaths in. And I want you to think about the thing that's coming up for you today in the session. The thing that you're holding on to, or that you've held on to, or that you feel shame or judgment or perfection or expectation or responsibility or pressure from outside or inside. Just get a sense of that. And as you breathe in with the awareness of the thing you're holding on to. You might be holding on to an idea of how you think it should be, or they should be, or the world, or you. So on the inhale, just get a sense of that. And where do you feel that in the body? And just notice from an observer place, from the witness point of view. Just feel into that sense of holding on, of constriction, contraction, tension, tightness. You might notice thoughts that arise, or you might notice emotions, energies, sensations. Just feel the body grounded into the seat that you're on, the cushion, the chair, the bed, whatever it may be. And just get that sense that you're holding all of this, that your higher self is bigger than what you're holding. And then on the exhale, just let go. Just let go of the tension. Let go of the struggle. Let go of trying, of forcing. might exhale with sound through the mouth. And just feel that felt sense of being held. Of feeling supported by Source, by God, universe, higher power. Your spiritual team, all angels, guides, ancestors. And feel that sense of relaxing, releasing. And just allowing surrendering just in this breath. So on the in-breath, getting a sense of what you're holding and where. And on the exhale, just letting go as a choice. With connection to the group, to the community right now. And instead of giving up, giving to. Giving all this to something greater. If it's your higher self or Source, God, the Creator. And just feel that in the body. Feel that sense of release, relief, and relaxation. You might notice your body releasing stress or tension and just go with the flow. Release the grip. Where are you gripping? You might have emotions come up. Just let them wash over you. It's okay. You are loved and you are held. And you can hold and love yourself right now with this breath in. And this breath out. I want you to imagine you're, say, on a train car or a subway, something where you're carrying a bag. Maybe it's a suitcase or a backpack or some sort of baggage. And it's heavy. And the train or the subway is moving. And you just feel the weight of carrying this luggage. And you feel the movement of the train moving forward, the heaviness of what you're carrying. And I want you to set the bag down next to you. Set it down. Feel the relief of letting go of the heavy luggage. Now you're just standing with a relaxed body, feeling the momentum of the train. And just notice that the bag is still next to you, and it is moving forward with you, but you've let go of holding it yourself, and you've allowed the train to carry it. This is an analogy for life. We're all moving forward through time, space, through our life experiences. And we naturally just hold the luggage, when what's available to us is we can set it down and allow life to carry it. Allow the Creator, the universe, God, to carry it. And that's always available to us. Breathe deeply. And just feel that release. You may feel energy moving in the body as it's freed up from releasing resistance. You might feel physical sensations or emotions. And just trust the process. And now imagine it's a year from today, and whatever this thing is that you've been holding on to, that you've let go fully and completely, and allowed it to be released and resolved, and that's happened in a way that's been perfect for you. And you're looking back from that future self who has let go, and it's been resolved. It's been taken care of. What did you start doing from this day forward that made a difference in letting go? What did you start doing that now you can look back and see clearly? It might be a big change, or it might be just a daily choice and practice, moment by moment. And then what did you stop doing that hadn't been working for you? What did you stop doing? It might be outer actions, it might be inner dialogues or inner stances. What did you stop doing? And what message does your future self have for you today? If that self from a year from today could come and whisper into your ear right now and give you a message, what is that message for you today? Now I'd like you to just start coming back to your body. Maybe bringing some movement, allowing the eyes to float open. And before re-engaging with the outside world, just pause here and feel the energy of the body, of the emotions. Feel back into that letting go energy. Into feeling held. And the messages from your future self. And I welcome you to share at least one word of that experience for you. What shifted? What opened up for you? Or you can share what messages you received, what insights, and what you're taking forward. Was there more space? Was there relief? Was there fear? Excuse me. What a beautiful message, Robert, from your future self, reminding you that you are competent, courageous, and intelligent. What that brings to mind is that you are fully capable, resilient, and have everything you need to create what you want. Diana, wonderful, releasing regrets from parenting. That your son is doing great. I wonder how the medicine of self-compassion could support you, Diana. The idea of being on your own team or on your own side about how you've shown up in parenting. Caithness, peace, wonderful. You don't have to do it alone. For so many of us, there's a trauma response of doing it all alone and all by ourselves, because that's what maybe we had to do when we weren't supported as children. And that I'm hearing that you held space for anger, frustration, fear, anxiety to move through you. Beautiful. Rebecca. Wonderful. That's such a powerful insight. That you know within yourself what your true intentions are, regardless of how they're perceived by others. And that there's a fear of being misunderstood, which can be so powerful and deep-rooted, and that can hold us back from being our true selves and showing up. So wonderful. Thank you, Caithness, for the donation. If any of you haven't already and you care to, give me a follow here in Insight Timer, as well as YouTube, where this is being also streamed live. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, check my website. You can find all my links in my profile here in Insight Timer, and if you care to give a donation, you can do so with this link here if you would like. What a wonderful and powerful live stream today. Thank you all for joining. J.E. as well. Robert, who else can relate to worrying about what others think? And, you know, it's great that we see that, and that we see that we want to let go of that. And before we just move into like that understanding, the healing medicine is allowing it to like make sense that it's like that, and validating ourselves. It makes sense that I care about what others think. It's deeply rooted in the human survival condition. Of course we care. And then we can take care of the part of ourselves that cares as our sovereign empowered self, and care for the part that worries about what others think. Thank you, Diana, for the donation. Sweep. Ooh, that's a wonderful visual. So I will be holding more live streams in this format, this exploration. How many of you would like to see more live streams with this sort of topic or energy or practice, guidance? This weekend we will be doing our Saturday night live, Sunday morning live, weekly guidance session with Reiki, clearing, and cards. And I will be adding additional lives like this. I also have to offer, for those of you who have never experienced a one-on-one session with me, and if you are new to me, I'm a spiritual life coach and Reiki Master Teacher, and I'm offering a powerful visioning session where we dive deeply into how things are for you now in your life. Maybe things that you are holding on to, the idea of how they are. You might think it's always been this way. I've always been this way. This area of my life has always been like this. And then we're going to look at where you want to go and what you want to create and what's in the way. So I've got a couple slots open. If you care to reach out, follow that heart's call and send me a private message. Thank you, Rebecca, for the donation. Thank you, Sweep. Sophie, hello. And Sophie, speaking of the gaslighting, I am creating an Insight Timer course now called The End of Self-Gaslighting. It's going to be really powerful, and I'm super excited. So stay tuned for that. Thank you, Jason. Thank you for joining. And yeah. Is there anybody that has anything else to add? Before we close for today. Let's see. Here is my live stream for this weekend. You can RSVP to attend, and that helps me get get more seen in the Insight Timer app. Everything that you see me do is how I this is what I do for a living, so it's helpful in whatever way, even attending, following, all of that helps me to reach more people. So thank you. Wonderful. Excuse me. Thank you so much. I will see you all very soon. Have a wonderful morning, afternoon, and evening. Much love. Namaste.